The human everyone talks about. May I? Can we speak? Please.
Hi. You wanted to talk?
I did. Yes, I did. I've heard many people say, even though you are human, you're a good person. Many say that without you, they would still be in the pen. I thought maybe you too could help me.
Depends. What do you need help with?
Yes, well, we need weapons. To have any hope of helping our brothers held captive, we must be armed. I was given orders to arm a squad, but I have nothing to arm them with. And inoctus, such things are far too expensive for us. But since I was told you travel, if on one of your trips you could find and bring us back a box or two.
I can try. Sure I could get my hands on some in Ophir somewhere.
Thank you. Yes, I'm sure it would be a great help for us.
Interesting. Steal high resistance guns from the abundant soldiers. Mixed feelings there, because obviously the soldiers aren't entirely at fault for most of the stuff that's going on around me, so a little iffy to steal directly from them, but at the same time, the soldiers are the people who are being sent to kill us, in many cases. And they're supposed to be at peace right now. And their military probably has more guns than that. At least it's going to the mutants in this case for self-defense, as opposed to the Vori for just active crime mongering. Oh, this is my base. Here we go. So it looks like this is where I can actually meet with Scott.
Scott, thanks for coming. Please have a seat. I'm just trying to understand something.
Ah, a scientific query. Let us engage.
No, not quite. I just wanted to understand what you were doing with Alan under that shadow path. A couple mutants saw you and said you told Alan that you knew what he was, and that you could do... Of course, the jackass didn't give a damn. All he wanted to know was where we were. But what the hell were you trying to do, Scott?
Do? I wasn't doing. I was doing something, but not what... There are opportunities in life. He might have become an ally, a great Technomancer. Even if you're not friends, he could... I was... a mistake.
Scott, how long have we known each other? How much do I owe you? You're like a father to me. You know that. And you could tell me anything.
Yes! And you like a... more than a son. Without all the messiness of diapers and all of... I'm just a stupid, silly old man, Zachariah. It is a rather laborious story, some of which you know, some of which it was 17 years ago, with our corporation's unparalleled obsession with the perfect man. I found myself ensconced in gene research. My son, my flesh and blood son. I loved that child, cherished him like nothing else, but my work stole time from him, more and more, and when he was diagnosed with symptoms of the mutation, I disintegrated. As the best geneticist in abundance, I ensconced myself in research of its genome, discovering its mutation, and I heard whispers of tests the settlers had made because they, too, had been coping with the chaotic mutative effects of the radiation. So, my friend, Mark, delivered me to a distant city, remote, nearly unlivable. I stayed there, poring through their documents until one day, I uncovered their work on a therapy which had only a singular side effect.
It modified the human body's electrical production.
Precisely. Technomancers are the result of a controlled genetic manipulation, mutations instigated to protect us from more erratic mutations created by the radiation, a discovery I found myself racing to try out on my son. But first, I needed test subjects. So I volunteered to heal children in the slums. Found 2 young boys there to test its efficacy. And lo and behold, it worked.
Andrew and me.
Yes. Your abilities were gained thanks to my experiments, but that was not all that was gained. I had proof that I could replicate the therapy, and that, you know, now could resist other forms of mutations. From there, well, I secured a research budget from the military, who in turn assured me they would return my son. But for him, it was too late. The experiment failed to help him, and I found myself with little choice but to end his suffering, rather than see him in a life of slavery, the life of a monster. And to the military, because I could not yet reveal what I knew, as I knew not yet what you were to become. Saw only my failure. I lost everything, found myself socially exiled. And when Andrew's death came, you, Zachariah, became my only chance for success, my only chance to regain my past glory. So I kept close to you for all these years, until you finally became a Technomancer, my success. A chance for me to win back my approval, glory within abundance. I would be the man who created Technomancers. We needed to escape. By seeing Alan, I had hoped to fix that they might take you back, and in turn, I might... Madness had overtaken me. Greed. Instead of being proud of my success in you, I only wanted more and more, and... Forgive me.
Leave me alone. Please.
Did you say Andrew's death? That guy that's standing right there and is alive? I've got questions. Is he referring to his explosion as his death? Like when he exploded and he hurt himself? Because he lived, clearly. You saw him. Is that referring to a version of the script, maybe, where he originally died? And then they rewrote the script but didn't rewrite that line of dialogue? Or is it spoiling a future event where Andrew dies because they did it out of order and allowed me to do something too early in the story? It feels like there's a few possibilities there. Either way, he said that he put his son out of his misery, so I guess that gets rid of any chance of finding out who that is, or it turning out to be a certain character. And the story definitely seems to put to rest the idea of either of these two characters being his son. That might just be the end of his story in general. Whoa, there's a lot going on in Ophir. What's this one over here? Find the rover in the desert. Ask Don Dolo. Let's just go to Ophir. We've got so many things to do around there. And looks like we're not going heavy on dialogue today. Alright, thanks to the elevator, my first stop is to try to go to the exchange itself. And way over here is where we're going to try to find Eliza Major. Ah, crap. You can only... Oh, she's upstairs! I forgot. She's in that garbage direction. So you can only reach her by walking up to that one railing. That's kind of awkward to get to, too.
Don't know if
Look,
you heard.
I'm not gonna tell you your business, because I sure as shit wouldn't want you telling me mine, but if you're gonna be asking your old comrades for help, I doubt they're gonna want to do it if you're also banding with rebels, you know?
Oh, I have to choose between the rebels or the military, is what they're saying. Well, maybe I should side with the rebels then, instead of the military. Because the military are still closely tied with the ASC, so they don't seem like the best opportunity.
Hello there, Zachariah. What do I owe the pleasure?
Well, now that you're asking, with Victor and the ASC after me, my only options are to keep running or retaliate. To retaliate, though, I need some allies.
Well, given what you've done for me, and the fact that Victor and his not-so-secret police are at the root of the plague tearing Abundance apart, you can count us among your allies, Zachariah. When you've got your next move planned, come and find me. We'll be ready whenever you are.
Good to hear. See you soon.
Well, that was easy. All I had to do was help their little newspaper out and not arrest her that one time. And she's immediately on my best buddies list. The funny thing is I wasn't actually here for her. The Amelia kind of reminded me with her dialogue. I was like, oh yeah, I could do that while I'm here. I'm mostly just here for this obvious reason of, let's go ahead and get this last round of the arena out of the way. And we will definitely be saving first. I do not want to find out when the game may or may not have decided to save last in the situation.
Hello there. Ready for a fight? A challenge?
Oh, hi. So round 3 is going to be all the boss fights again, huh? Alright, how'd you capture these guys in the first place? I've got questions regarding that. This seems like a misappropriation of resources, honestly. This has to be the government, right? If anything else, how would they even manage? So this, I'm being eaten away by the gore right now. What are you doing? Doesn't he explode outwards, kind of? Oh yeah, he's spewing the stuff all over himself. Oh god. That was a bad time to start casting a spell. Crap. I got totally screwed there for a second there. Nope. Out of the bees. No bees today, please. Oh, crap. No, crap. That was pretty bad. I momentarily mixed up my quick time. Not my quick time, I cut my my inputs. I tried to dodge with A for some reason. I don't even know why I did that. That was stupid of me. Nope, nope, no bees, please. Oh. I preemptively healed as if I knew it was about to happen to me. Alright. Let's work on him. Get the armor equipped before something goes worse for me! Wow, mostly dodged it, but still got hit. Oh. Stay behind that. Don't want to be too close in case he dashes again. Oh. I'm jumpy about these shockwaves because I don't know what kind of range some of them might have. Oh, that hit me? Okay. Oh, that's bad. Let's not hang out inside that. He's just gonna cover the entire area with bees. Ah, crap. Ah. Bad timing on the dodge. Oh. Working on him. He's gonna keep dodging me over. Oh, no. Thought he was gonna keep charging me. He'll probably try again, though. Oh. Finish him. There we go. We're clear. We teleport out here, still in full combat mode. They don't even heal in the meantime. I should probably craft healing items just in case. What else am I gonna do with these resources half the time? The options feel surprisingly limited at times. There we go. I'll just keep saving over my previous save. Just don't fully trust their autosaves. If I remember correctly, I think I got thrown way back in progress during the first round. Another buffalo toad, huh? You know, once upon a time, this kind of felt like an original fight. But now you keep making me do it over and over again. Kind of breaks it. No tongue, bad tongue. That tongue looks terrible, by the way. On the list of things that don't look good about stuff in this game, that one's pretty bad. Oh, come on, I just stood up. Oh, come on! Alright, fine. I'm trying to figure out the toad. There's something weird about it that I'm not getting. I'm thinking it might be a little bit like the those big ogre monsters from the beginning of Dark Souls 2, which you never see again, but they're something about their hitbox and their timing just feels wrong sometimes. I wonder if there's an element of that happening here. Might just be an element of having an enemy that has super forgiving hitboxes in favor of the enemy and big sweeping attacks. Definitely rough if you get knocked over though, because he definitely seems to be able to just hit you again before you get up. Nope, no tongue. Wow, just juggle them, huh? Nice guaranteed kill on your party members, huh? Nope. He's probably gonna charge next. Yep, there it goes. Ah, crap. Ah. Fuck. There's definitely an element of, like, being able to start an animation during this fight, and then he starts his animation after you started yours already, so you're already screwed. But then his animation finishes first, before you can actually try to evade, and then you die. Oh. That's a good example of the that jumps surprisingly fast for how big the AoE is. There we go. So it leads to situations where you start swinging your mace like ha, and midway through your swing he jumps and hits you with his jump attack. And you're like, oh well, shit. He did that before. He started after me, but finished before me. So fuck me, right? Oh. It's the first boss again. Weird. This is weird. How do you even explain getting him in here? How is this possible? Also, this guy's really... He doesn't like, this boss doesn't even target you directly. I think this is supposed to be a cool final boss. But, like, if I remember correctly, he mostly just, like, it does repeating animations over and over again like a jackass and doesn't really even acknowledge you correctly. So kind of an awkward choice. Hey bug monster. Alright. Let's just blast him away, I guess. There we go. Just gonna keep zapping him again. Just like last time. Yep. Oh, hey buddy. Let's take care of ads before that becomes a problem. He's kind of running around over there. Oh, my teammates are dead. As expected, pretty much. Ow. Okay, now I can't really see, but that's great. No, I like it when my whole screen goes green. And here we go. We win. I mean, he was kind of a joke the first time we fought him, so fighting him again doesn't make him not a joke this time. I'm just more powerful than I was the first time around. I wonder if they thought they made a cool boss. They must, right? They must have thought that was a really cool boss, because he closes the opening level that's supposed to give you a good impression of the game, and he's the final encounter of the tournament. But, like, he's such a bad boss, he doesn't even target the player. Like, if you don't remember my first encounter with him, he was doing the same thing there, too, where he just does stuff. Like, he's just in the room, he's like, I'm gonna swing at this part of the level now. I'm gonna walk over here now. I'm gonna swing at this part. Like, he's not acknowledging the player or targeting the player. He's just kind of there. Like, it's like he doesn't have AI, but just a pattern where he walks around the room kind of swinging at stuff. It's kind of an embarrassing thing to curb. Not only to end the first chapter in, but to, like, try to hang this entire quest line on of, like, the big final confrontation is that guy who is apparently blind, I guess.
Fantastic! The new champion of Mars! You sure damned earned it. And your reward, of course.
Thanks.
There we go. Arena champion, once and for all, cleared off the... Yep. Right? Yeah. But at long last, it is cleared off of the side quest thing. So the only permanent stayer now is the crowd of beggars. So we need to find this generator. We need to talk to Captain Eliza, even though I'm probably not going to be siding with them after what happened. And I'll probably have my high-resistance guns just from trying to navigate this town, because I picked up more of them just trying to walk around and getting attacked by guards along the way. Aside from that, we need one more ally, which is almost certainly going to be down below. So yeah, let's go meet up with Eliza next, I think. Hey, Eliza. Does it bother you at all that every time I visit you, I leave like 10 people in that cellar down there all beaten up? Some of them are probably in a coma. I guess maybe they're not ASC, so you don't care, but it's slightly distressing how often this game sends me to visit you in this awkward little corner. And it's the only way I can get in, because if I try to go the other way, it's all... Everywhere behind her, you get killed instantly if you go there, so I can't go there, so I have to go this way. And I have to beat up like 10 dudes every time. You think they'd pick up on a pattern at some point, because you can't visit her and do all the objectives at once. You just have to come back here like 5 times. That's like 50 dudes I beat up.
Captain, good to see you. I really need some information about Scott Seeker's son. Like, what happened to him after he got arrested?
You know how monitored we are, Zachariah? What do you want? I go poking around, we could find ourselves fired. Or worse, for a mutant.
Whatever we find isn't gonna bother anyone today, but it could bring some peace to the people who never stopped loving or wondering what happened to the boy. The more I learn about it, the more complicated it gets. I'm just trying to bring some peace, Captain. Just look into some dusty files. No one's gonna care.
All right. Hope you're right, Zachariah. We'll dig into the archives, but it'll take some time. Tomorrow would be the earliest.
Tomorrow it is. Thank you. I'll come back then.
No. I have to... God damn it. I was just talking about how it's kind of a pain in the ass to keep revisiting parts of Ophir over and over and over again. Now they literally are like, hey, I know you fought all the way here, but like, go find a bed and like fast forward time 12 hours and then come here again. Isn't that exciting? This game is, man... Congratulations, Spiders, you successfully made a game that's technically longer than Bound by Flame. But man, you made it that long by just jamming it full of so much backtracking and visiting the same NPC over and over and over again, who, yes, has a ton of soldiers guarding them. Seriously, look at all these soldiers. I have to fight these guys every single time I want to visit her, and they keep making me do it over and over again. Is this the generator over here? Oh yeah, it probably is. There we go. Oh no, what am I gonna do? I lost reputation with abundance, the people who are trying to kill me. Whoa, no. That's so sad. How could that happen? And we're back at long last. And everyone responded. I had to fight everyone again, as expected. But hey, thanks for that. Thanks for making me wait.
Captain, good to see you.
You better have something for me.
So what did you learn?
Strange things. Scott Seeker was, apparently, much more respected back in the day. He even managed to convince the army at one point that he could heal and trigger mutation. The idea of triggering mutations apparently really got some interest, and the army launched a new division and put him in charge. Even brought him a few mutants to run tests on, one of which was his son. Obviously never went anywhere. Nobody got healed. The program was shut down, and the mutants, including his son, were terminated. So sad. Almost makes you want to look at the old man differently.
Yeah, sure does. Thank you, Captain. I need allies, Captain. Allies willing to go up against Victor.
And let me stop you right there, Zach. I don't like the Colonel. He's the worst thing to ever happen to this corporation. But I trust you even less. No one, least of all me, is going to risk their neck for you. I hope you bring Victor down, but just know, I'll be watching you. And if your plan somehow involves selling abundance out to our enemies, I will bring you to your knees in a pool of your own blood.
Harsh.
Poor bastard. Went through a hell of a lot. Can't imagine what it's like to live with yourself after this. Especially now after discovering an entire city full of free mutants. It's like a bad dream that doesn't end.
Must be heartbreaking. But still, I think he would have rather had his son's humanity returned to him instead of a life like that.
I don't think that's it. He sees mutation as a puzzle waiting to be solved. When his son changed, he believed that he could fix him. He didn't care what lengths he would go to further that goal, and didn't realize how fruitless his efforts were.
Interesting how Scott Seeker's side quest is about Scott Seeker's son, and Amelia's side quest is also about Scott Seeker's son. Like, two different characters both have their side quests be about the same character who is off camera at all times. So yeah, I talked to Eliza Major and she was not happy at all about the concept of helping me. Which is weird because I'm friendly with the army. So I think they made a mistake with their writing there. I understand why she's not allied with me. The trigger behind the scenes for what's going on here is that I allied with the Resistance, so she won't ally with me. The problem is they didn't write separate dialogue for the different scenario, because the truth is, right now, Eliza and the army feel good about me, like they have so far. And that did not, like, my reputation with them did not change the moment I allied with the Resistance and asked for their help. So they should still be happy with me. So she should have specific case dialogue for the situation where she is friendly with me, but refuses to ally herself with the Resistance, and says you're on your own. that kind of dialogue should exist, but it doesn't. Instead, she's just like, I'll never trust you, I can't work with a monster like you. Nobody trusts you and no one will ever work with you, blah blah blah. It's like, it's so weirdly terse and dark compared to literally all the dialogue before that, including dialogue in that same conversation. It just completely contrasts because it's inconsistent, shitty writing, unfortunately. But, you know, it's still most of this is still better than Bound by Flame. Man. That series is on this channel. It's an older version of me, so I don't know if I literally don't know if my commentary is different in a way that may or may not be off-putting to people that are watching nowadays or whatever, but yeah, I played Bound by Flame as one of the earlier games on this channel, and that game is so bad. Like, the combat was worse than this game, but more than anything, the story and everything about how all of it was handled was so badly done, and all the characters were a nightmare. So this one's a step forward for their company, but there's still some issues. So I can repair the pump back in town, I can find the rover out in the middle of nowhere, or give the weapons back to the mutants. So in all three cases, we're definitely done here. I think I'm going to hold back on talking to Dandelo as long as possible, just to avoid accidentally triggering the next story mission until I finish with all of our side characters. Hey buddy, old boy, I got your weapons for you.
You're back so soon. Were you able to find us weapons?
Yep, beat up everyone real good for him.
Promised. Should be enough to get you going.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I know I've already asked you for a lot, but they are not used to fighting. Is there any way you could give them a lesson? Just a friendly fight. It'll help them get started.
Sure. Why not? I'll try not to hurt them.
I'm going to explode them with lightning. I'm going to explode all of them with lightning. Where's the mutants training area? Right down... Is it down there? Sure is. Alright. Backtrack for a second. I was headed towards that pump. I'm probably going to ruin these people. Unless mutants are lightning resistant. Sup? Oh, we just attack on sight, huh? Not even like a conversation about like the rules or how we're gonna try not to all die. Didn't I just give you guys... I gave you guys guns. We did it. Yay. I beat them until they liked me more. It worked. But seriously, wasn't the whole point of the quest that I gave them guns? Why'd they all try to beat me with sticks? That feels like not the point of all the things I just did. Oh well. The important thing is the quest is over, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Passive skill launches a special attack with both mace and shield at the same time on downed enemies. Ooh. An execution skill. I'm happy to get that. But right now my my action bar is pretty full, and I'm not in a big hurry to have to activate my other menu over and over again, so I'm kind of leaning on these passive skills, because it's just taking actions I'm already doing and making them better, which seems like a good call to me. I go further into strength or further into constitution. Either one's valid. Honestly, I like the idea of going further into constitution just because it means a nice, healthier health bar, because this game has you going down fast. You can die so quickly in this game sometimes. Whoa, is that another invisible object? Yes, it is. There's an invisible object over here. See, you can walk over here. This game just has hitboxes that are probably around stuff that's supposed to be there, or in some previous version of the game was totally there. It makes sense. It's every time I play, like, this is 2 for 2 now, where when I play a Spiders game, it feels super rushed and like they ran out of time making it. When you get to Act 3 of Bound by Flame, there's just nothing to do there, and the game just kind of ends after a couple quests. Similarly, there was a whole bunch of quests in Act 1 in this game. Act 2 didn't have quite as many quests, I don't think, but it kind of felt longer because it kept making you backtrack and travel for super long distances to do those quests, which was kind of a pain, because you were just going back into Ophir anyway, which is annoying. Act 3 has us once again doing quests that just send us to Ophir again, because it's just kind of lazy design. But also, I don't think there's gonna be like there's probably gonna be like one quest for each of our companions, and not a whole lot else. And judging by the hitboxes we're encountering around here and the weird collision problems, this whole area doesn't seem very tested either. And if it's anything like Bound by Flame, it probably was really rushed, because Act 3 of that game was super short and super rushed also.
I think we got everything you need. You able to fix the pump now?
Yeah, I got this shit on lockdown. Give me the parts. Shouldn't take long.
There we go. Spiders and Cyanide are both companies that generally feel like they reach beyond their scope with the games that they plan on making, and they need more time and money. Basically, I mean, they might not be able to make better games for all I know. I can't make assumptions about people, but I assume it's oftentimes probably has something to do with them not having quite enough time and money to do what they want to do. Wow, you're still just running into this rock, huh? Alright, well, it's okay. We took care of it without you. Since I don't really see them getting all the time and money that they'd like to have, they probably need to just adjust the scope of their projects. Like, they're decent at coming up with a world and a setting and making that work on some level. I kind of can't help but wonder if they'd be better off trying to make 2D games or something where they just have way less asset generation to do and technical problems to deal with, and then they can try to make that work. Because 3D games are not easy to make, and these games definitely feel like they struggle to achieve what they try to do, and by the end they just feel like they ran out of stuff to do.